Hello and welcome back to the September 2023 Basic Sampler here at Close to Home in Southington. So beginning this Saturday, September 16th at 10 a.m., you can begin to bring in your finished August basic block to get September's block kit free. And you will have until October 31st to do so. I also want to talk a little bit about our newest item that is now available at all Close to Homes. It's the Brother Print Moda Studio. It allows all images to wirelessly print to a fabric roller. Instead of just 8.5 by 11, you can do banners, etc. It's very interesting. I took this image from my phone and printed it right onto the fabric. You just peel off the paper and you can use it in any projects that you want. So you could copy paper, you could copy fabric, print it, and use it. A lot of fun. So come in and check that out. All right, so this month's basic block is called Card Tricks. So very simply, we're just using the 4 colored fabrics with the white as our background. So cutting all of the colored fabrics is exactly the same. So you'll see in my cutting instructions, the yellow, the blue multi, the light blue, and the red all get cut into one 5 1/4 square and one 4 7/8 inch square. The 5 1/4 squares are going to be cut on the diagonal twice, and we're only going to use 2 of those quarter triangles. The 4 7/8 will be cut on the diagonal once, and we're going to use both of those. So the white is very similar. The first one, you need one 5 1/4 inch square, again, cut on the diagonal twice. We will be using all 4 of those. And you'll need 2 4 7/8 inch squares cut on the diagonal once. All right, so let's go check out the cutting that we did down on my mat. So on this row here, on your bottom row, you'll see I have my 5 1/4 inch squares. Each one has been cut on the diagonal twice. And again, on the colors, we're only going to be using 2 of the triangles. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of these because we will not be using those. The 4 7/8, each one of these gets cut in half, and the 2 whites get cut in half only one time. So that is pretty much all you're going to need for cutting. So we're going to start with the corners. As you can see, the corners are very simple half square triangles. So each of the 4 7/8 triangle gets paired up with the white. So let's go do that. Here's I'll take one of my large yellows and a large white. And we're just going to put these right sides together, sew down the long side, press them toward the color fabric, and that's going to yield a half square triangle. So we'll pair it up, a white with the red, a white with the light blue, and the last one with our multi-blue. And these are just 4 1/2 inch half square triangles. They're all going to finish at 4, but unfinished at 4 1/2. All right, so we've done those. And that's what I have here. I have my half square triangles. The next step is to start pairing up your a quarter triangle of each of your colors with a quarter triangle of the white. And it's really important that you position the fabrics just right because there's only one side that you should be sewing on. So let's go ahead and pair these up. So what I like to do is put the color along the bottom and the white along the side. So the red on the bottom, the white along the side. So the longest sides are going to be the outsides of our of our new half square triangle here. Okay, and we'll do the same thing with the blue, the light blue. That one goes down on the bottom, and this one gets sewn to the side. And one more. So if you had it like this, that would be incorrect, and you're going to have a hard time trying to get your card tricks to come out if it's backwards. Okay, so keep with the directions. Everything's very simple in the directions. Just follow along. So the first thing we're going to do is my yellows on the bottom, whites to the right. When I put these together, I have a 90-degree corner right there, and I'm going to sew right down that side. Okay, once again, I have the blue at the bottom, white to the right, and I'm going to sew down my right-hand side. Same with the red, match it up. They should be exactly the same size. Sew down the right, and one last time for the multi. And we're going to sew down here. So I do have those done for you. So here is the yellow with the white sewn. All right, we also have the multi-blue. And we have the light blue, and we have the red. So these all get pressed toward the color triangles. The next step is to put the larger, the other side of the 4 7/8 that we cut once, we're going to pair them up with our quarter triangles. So there's a very specific order, or your card tricks is not going to come out. So to the yellow, we're going to add the light blue. Okay, and we're going to sew that. To the multi, we're going to put the yellow. And if you don't put these in the right order, your card tricks will have a problem. So the light blue to the red, and the red little one to the multi. All right. So let's go ahead and sew those, because I do not have those sewn yet. So let's do a couple of these. So these should be sitting right on top of each other, and I'm just going to go down the longest. There we go. So I'll just sneak these in. Make sure those are right on top of each other. We'll take this, the red. There's no trimming, there's nothing to do after these are sewn together except press them and start assembling your card tricks. So let's do one more. And I'll do the yellow to the multi-blue white. Right on top, same size, that's a good thing. And the last one is here. So these blocks are, we have the corners done with our half square triangles. These are the ones that go to the top, the north, south, east, and west in our block. So let's go ahead and press these. And again, we're going to press toward the larger triangle in each case. So pressing toward the larger triangle. Just give it a little bit of heat. Large triangle on top. Give it a little bit of heat. Okay. The last one to do is the centerpiece. All right. So we have 4 small quarter triangles left. We're going to pair up the yellow with, just like we did the other ones, the yellow's at the bottom, the light blue is to the right. And then this one, the red is at the bottom. Oops. And the multi-blue is at the right, just like these. I've sewn that one, and I've sewn that one. So they have to be just like this. They can't be mixed. They can't be over to the side. They have to be exactly like you see them here. And again, look to your instructions for the exact colors that are being sewn together. Okay, so now that we've sewn each of these triangles, we're going to sew one more. We're going to have opposites, so this one gets pressed to the blue, this one gets pressed to the blue, as you can see. So they're going in opposite directions, this one this way and there. So I can go ahead and lock these seams together. So I'll just put my finger right where that lock is, line up my 2 pieces, and again they should be the same size, and we'll go ahead and sew my center block. This one I actually pressed open when I was done with it. I don't think it doesn't really matter which way you press it, but I just found having it open relieved a little bit of the bulk. Okay. So I'll just give it a little bit of a finger press just to hold it open, and then I'll come back and put a little heat on it. Okay, let's go assemble our 9 patch. Okay. So what I like to do is start with the corners, because I know all these are my corner pieces. So I'll start with the yellow, and we have the multi, we have the light blue, and then we have the red. The next thing we want to do is come back with our north, south, east, west pieces. So I'm going to take the yellow, and that comes right into the multi-blue. And then we're going to take the light blue, whoops, and that completes the yellow card. And the red now completes the light blue. And the last one we have is the multi, and that one goes there. And if you put your center together correctly, you should get your card trick. All right, so we're going to sew these in groups, here, here, and here. And then once we have those sewn together, we're going to sew these units over to here, and we're going to get our rows sewn together. So when we sew these, we have to be very careful of our 1/4 inch seam allowance, because we don't want to cut off any of our points at the tops and bottoms on all these. All right, so go ahead, come in for your kit, get your block cut, and start making your card tricks. If you have any questions on the card tricks, please come in and ask, and we'll see you Saturday with your kits. Thank you for watching.